Good morning.
Good morning.
This song, as many opening songs do, and I know I don't have to keep mentioning that, but I'm definitely going to, introduces us to our main characters, a family bound for the Oregon Trail. There's a father and mother, 2 kids, a daughter and a son, and a grandfather. This song gives us just enough information to introduce these characters without going into too much detail. Father is a farmer, one who has a certain amount of skills, none of which are helpful for the situation that he finds himself in. We also see hints of him not really taking this trip all that seriously, being the first one to mention that this is just a game. Yes, this is a reference to the fact that this musical is based on a game, but it also shows that Father is treating this as just a game, a fun little vacation, and this mindset is going to cause trouble later on. On the other side, where the conflict comes in, we have Mother, who treats it so much more seriously, urging the audience to think carefully because this is more than a game. We also see in her verse that she has a lot of disdain for the man that she married. This verse, combined with Son mentioning that he's going to name his party after his parents to make sure they never get divorced, show that these two are not doing particularly well. We don't necessarily get a lot about the kids. Daughter's looking for love on the trail and Son is 7 and male. But what we do get is peak sibling energy immediately after they get introduced, which I do appreciate.
I'm looking for love on the trail. Ew, gross. I hope you're bit by a snake. I hope you break your back.
Grandfather not only has a pretty juvenile sense of humor, but he also does not like the man that his daughter married. This song does a good job of not just introducing us to these characters individually, but also allowing us to see them as a family. This song also sets the tone of the show. The humor is made very clear pretty much right out the gate, with them changing the way that they say Oregon depending on what word it needs to rhyme with. Needs to rhyme with bound? Oregon. Needs to rhyme with soon? Oregon. Needs to rhyme with bit? Orishit. This also introduces us to the audience participation of the show, the audience naming the family members. Father becomes Jack Bauer, Mother becomes Slippery When Wet, Daughter becomes Mouthface, Son becomes Craphole, and Grandfather becomes Titty Mitty. And yes, I am going to be referring to them as those names from here on out. We also get the start of the references to the Oregon Trail, the game that this musical is based on. It of course mentions the setting, as well as various different events that can happen throughout the course of the game, and it shows us the various different ways that people name the characters. From naming them after historical figures, to the aforementioned naming them after people that they personally know, to just incredibly vulgar names. It lets us know very quickly just what kind of show you can expect to be watching. So that is it for this week's song. Tune in next week for next week's song. See you then.
Life is really great on the trail to Oregon.